For the first month of building our own house on the 30 acres we bought in Tennessee, Peter and I had the help of my dad, Harry. At the tender age of 69, with a lifetime of building experience, he helped frame the house from the ground up. But as we moved onto the roof, we released him to return to my mother in Massachusetts.
He's been keeping me living in a tent.
Now Peter and I are on our own to continue building our house in between working full-time but luckily remote jobs. And to start, we had to find a better way to get the OSB sheathing up to the roof. Peter built this Redneck telehandler, and we attached some rope to haul these up by hand. You can see us in there like Quasimodo ringing the bells at Notre Dame.
First try.
Later, we upgraded to this winch Peter attached to a battery. It was slower but more stable and didn't require two people. You can see where we added these triangular blocks to save our progress, to stop the boards from sliding back down and potentially decapitating somebody in the process. It still didn't go entirely smoothly.
I mean, at this point, probably.
We used these fall arresters to harness ourselves in for safety. Then we had some rain coming, so we paused roof construction, taped up the seams with zip tape, and tarped the south half of the roof. In the meantime, we got to work finishing the zip board sheathing on the walls. I mentioned before that we left this center area off in order to tie the first and second floors together for a stronger structure. But as you can see, we also tied them together with metal strapping. This is total overkill, but it's exactly what we want, an absurdly strong structure because there's just no downside. The cost of the metal was a few $100s. In the end, the house will be tied together from the concrete slab foundation all the way to the roof rafters. That connection starts with the 10-inch wedge anchors that sink 7 inches into the concrete slab and are locked in place with heavy-duty 4-inch by 4-inch washers securing the bottom sill to the slab. Hurricane ties connect those sills to the vertical studs. Next, continuous metal strapping runs from the first floor studs to the second floor studs, fastening into the bottom sill, the rim joist, and the top sill in between. Finally, once the hurricane ties are added to connect the second floor studs and top plates to the roof rafters, the entire frame is locked together, creating a continuous load path from the ground to the roof. Anyway, we got to work finishing the zip sheathing. Zip includes an extra ½ inch of foam, which improves insulation and prevents thermal bridging. That's when outside temperatures conduct through the sheathing into the studs. By blocking that path, the foam makes the rest of the insulation perform much more effectively. And the zip board includes weather barrier paint on the outside so you don't have to use house wrap like Tyvek. But you do need to tape the seams with zip tape in order to make it watertight. Then we got back to work on the roof. Actually, if you pay attention to the last clip, you can see we had already got back to work on the roof, but I'm trying to keep a tight narrative here and just wanted to show you the zip taping while we were still on the subject. Comment with other inconsistency Easter eggs you find. I didn't end up filming much of the roof, but voila, here it is. We ran out of OSB with just half a sheet to go, so we had to run out and buy more, And I think we ended up putting it in upside down, but hopefully that doesn't really matter. Then the next order of business was building the stud walls for the gable ends, which we skipped in our rush to get the roof started while Harry was still here. You can see I also added some trim to the gable rakes in order to prepare for roofing. And it's starting to actually look like a house. We'll keep it coming with updates on the house and sprinkle in some other progress we make on the land. Obviously, we're focusing on the house first, but we don't want to entirely neglect getting started on things like clearing some paths down to the stream and cutting down some trees to make way for a food forest. I want to get a few nut trees in the ground as soon as possible. Subscribe to follow our progress. Thanks for watching.